In this section, you will learn how to draw the different components that go into a gag, what makes a gag funny, and lastly, a parade of 30 or so gags for you to use as a beginning arsenal when you go out to perform at your functions. In a caricature, it could be funny enough just to have a big head and a little body. But to really go over big, you need a gag. Sometimes when the likeness is really weak, because the face has no outstanding features, you can make up for it by a great gag situation. You need to learn how to draw props and accessories to help create the gag. Think of props as silhouettes or profiles with a few interior details put in. Just draw the outline and add the rest in. To explain this a little bit further, here you have the silhouette. Let's say you have a tennis racket. You have the outline of the silhouette, and then the interior details put in. Here's a beer mug. Here's the silhouette of it, just an outline, and the interior details. So this whole process is basically what you're going to be thinking of when you're drawing all these extra objects that go into your gag. Okay, now to show you what that would look like as a drawing, for instance, let's draw a sports car. You have your figure in the sports car like this, and to draw it nice and fast, doorknob, some speed lines, smoke, and you're all done. Let's say he's thinking of beer. Okay, you're thinking of that whole profile or outline. Draw the interior details. Let's see, let's try a computer monitor. Keep a nice steady line on the paper. Nice bold strokes. And you have a computer. A person seeing himself playing his favorite sport will find the caricature funny because he can relate to it. If he never played tennis, he cannot identify with the picture. So learn how to draw all kinds of objects and make your subject happy. Okay, I'm going to draw a baseball player with a baseball bat. Very quickly. And you can see how quickly that's done. Very simple shape, nice bold outline. Someone, let's say, for instance, holding a rifle. Draw nice and quickly, bold lines. Simplify all the shapes. Use the thickness of the pen to create shadows. Use the thick and thin wherever necessary. And let's see, we have a little extra detail, put them in combat fatigues. Very simple. All right, let's say we're drawing a nurse. She's holding a needle, and we're going to make that needle very large. Adds to the whole comic effect. Draw nice bold lines. Thin line there. Use your thin lines here. The other hand. And there you have a nurse with a needle. You might want to practice your pen strokes when you're drawing straight lines. Just spend all day doing these kind of things. Trying to get a nice, even tone to it. Try to draw light lines, thin lines, slightly darker, thick and thin. These all will help you when you're drawing these props and figures to make them more convincing and add some aesthetics to your drawing. Signs and thought bubbles are very useful for gag situations and are very easy to draw. Thought bubbles can easily be done with a circle, or you can do the cloud effect. There you go. Try to put yourself in the customer's shoes and imagine what he might think of or where he may be headed and write it in. Boy-girl themes are one of the best to use because they always go over big. When you're stuck for a gag, throw in the opposite sex. You really can't go wrong most of the time. Okay. And a little heart to go along with it. Okay, now we'll draw the sexy girl in the background. She'd be something like this. Same beach body that we used before. Make sure that you get all the nice curves in there. Just a slightly smaller version of the beach body that we did before. All right, to continue along with the person peeking over this whatever you call this thing over here, we don't know yet. Very simple. Try to keep it as simple as possible and don't get into too much detail. And don't forget the heart. Okay, for a guy, there's different ways of drawing a guy. Do whatever you like. Simplest is just having 2 dots for eyes. You can have the tongue hanging out if you'd like. And there you go. Just keep it very, very simple. You want to go fast with these so you don't spend too much time with it. Now if you wanted to make it look like somebody, let's say she has a boyfriend and the boyfriend has a mustache. Well, all you got to do is put a little mustache on it. If his name is Bob, call him Bob. Violent, painful, or tragic themes are funny too, like a skier going off a cliff, getting hit with a ball, or missing a putt. Don't forget your cartoon accessories like music notes. Speed lines. Sweat. Sound effects. Reflections. You can get a lot of these ideas from just newspapers and comic strips. Next, I'll show you around 30 or so examples of gags for you to look at. Freeze the picture with your VCR if you can, and take a closer look. And now some tips on speed. Drawing fast is a real plus in retail situations because, obviously, you can make more money. Also, the speed attracts more people to your booth. You'll keep them coming. They don't have to wait long and are entertained while they watch. This translates into a steady flow of cash. The first and best way to be fast is to practice and practice and practice some more. Fill up pages and pages of different bodies and heads. The more confidence you can get, the faster you're going to go. So to shave off seconds in your sketch, have a firm idea of how you want to exaggerate the head, and pick out the features you want to emphasize. As you start to finish the head, ask the person for his favorite sport or hobby. This way you can jump right into the gag without any delay. As you are finishing the gag portion, ask the name of your subject so that you can write it down without delay. The whole idea is to keep your pen moving.